Hello again, everybody. I'm Matthew Marlowe. This is the Soldier of Faith broadcast. Uh, this is going to be the third episode of the timeline, if you will, of the end times. I am currently uh, talking about the seven-headed beast as it rises up. So today I'm going to be getting a little bit more into what this whole series is about, the timing of specific prophecies throughout Scripture. I say this is a deep dive. It says end times deep dive. The deep dive is into the timing specifically. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on the heads, what they are, who they are, the kings, blah, blah, blah. It's more about where they are and why they have to be in this timing. And then later on, I can do some series more in depth, more specific into these things. So the last episode was kind of a digging into who the beast was, but that's just an overview. This is more into the timing. So let's continue about the beast and its timing. So in the timeline, we all have heard of the 70th week of Daniel. In Daniel chapter 9, it speaks of the 70th week, and many scholars, including me, believe that this is the 7-year period, or 7 times, a time of 7 times, a week of 7 times, and that is in the end times, and that there's been a dispensation of time from the time of Christ until now, until the time of the end, where this timeline fits in here, right at the very end of it. So I have an opinion about that as well, but that's what we're going to stick with at the moment because it makes most sense for the timeline. That's what you guys need to understand to begin with. The rise of the beast happens before the 70th week starts and kind of slides into the 70th week. I'm going to show that as we go on here. So you see where the arrow is there. Rise of the beast is before the 70th week starts. The timing of the beast rising. So according to the prophecies, there are specific timings in relation to the beast of the head of the beast, that is the Antichrist. Most of these start at the midpoint of the 70th week. For example, one of the huge ones is Revelations 13:5. It says, "And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given into his hand given unto him to continue 42 months." So 42 months he's given power over the saints, it says further down. This matches the prophecy of Daniel, but this time period is called out differently. And this is the one, by the way, that Jesus is referring to in Revelation 13:5. So Daniel 12:7 came first. And it says, "And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half. And when he shall accomplish to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished." So Revelations 13:5 is a complete and exact copy of Daniel 7, except that Jesus makes sure that John understands that 42 months in this case is the same as 3.5 times. So keep that in mind. This is one prophecy spelled out to show that the 3.5 times is the same as 42 months in this case. And this is one timer we're talking about. Starts at the midpoint of the 70th week, exactly on the day. The rise of the beast is not speaking of the midpoint itself. Okay, when I say rise of the beast, I'm talking about the government system that currently in our day today, this year, is building in the background quietly, as these nations in the Middle East are maneuvering right now to in war. I mean, right now, as we speak, there is war going on in Iran with America, even though we're not calling it war. This is a battle. This is a rumor of war, definitely, but I consider it more war. But because there's still a chance they're going to attack Israel. There's lots of things going on. So anywho, the process of growing up is this right here. The midpoint is the specific part of Revelations 13. However, the first couple verses are talking about it. So 2 Thessalonians 2:3 says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So this Antichrist, this son of perdition, this vile man, is going to sit down and call himself God. Blasphemy. But he's going to sit down and call himself God. That happens at the midpoint of the 70th week. That does not happen at the beginning. So the rise of the beast gets him to that point. So that's what I'm trying to get everyone to see here. So then the rise of the beast is the process of this, I say here. And saw a beast rise out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the names of blasphemy. So again, showing that there's a process that leads up to the 7 heads, 10 horns. And remember, the Antichrist is the 8th head and is of the 7. So it shows that it comes after. He comes after the 7th head, and then he's an 8th head that comes in. So the process is bringing it up. So this has to appear before the 70th week even starts. Is there scripture that shows the rising process of the son of perdition? I believe there is. I propose this. Daniel 11:21 through 24. Let's read it. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. And with the arms of a flood they shall be overflown from before him. Notice, now we're getting back into battle and war again. And he shall be broken, yea, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people. He shall enter peaceably even upon the fattest places of the province, and he shall do what his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers, for he shall scatter among them the prey, the spoil, the riches, yea, and he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds even for a time. Little quick note, side note here. Interestingly, if you look at verse 24 here, that is socialism built into this. The beast. They gather spoil and they divide it among the people. That's literally socialism. But anyways, all of this happens before the vile man sets up the abomination of desolation in the holy place. So again, this is all happening. He's building up a reputation within the beast and getting promoted, if you will, within the beast here throughout these first 3 verses. Specifically, 11:21 through 22 speaks of a covenant which could represent the 70th week covenant. So the start of the 70th week, as far as the scriptures right here speak, if we're going to take this as future prophecy, verse 23 says, excuse me, verse 23 says, after the league made with him. Excuse me for a minute. Sorry about that. Note to self, always have a cup of water next to the computer. Got it. Okay, so verse 23 here would be the league made with him. That would be the 70th week, the covenant of Daniel 9 that starts the 70th week. It says that the Antichrist will sign a covenant along with many other nations, and that starts. That covenant is actually the timer of seven times. So that will be the 7 times. So anyways, up till verse 23 is speaking pre-70th week, in my opinion. But you guys go ahead and do your homework on that. Daniel 11:21 through 24 matches Revelation 6:1 and 2. Revelation 6:1 says, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sits on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. Notice the crown is given unto him. He didn't earn it. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. Again, same sequence as in Daniel 11. It said that he rises up in peace, but he is then given authority or crown, and then his arm goes out, and so he goes out and starts to conquer. Now, there's other places that seem to indicate that he's going to be a problem child in the beginning, and they're going to kind of sit down with him and go, hey, look, you got to stop being a terrorist. This isn't working for our new beast here. We're trying to be friendly to these nations, even though they're really not. They're just sticking their thumb on them. But in any case, he's going to come in peaceably. And even though he was already a vile man, and that's what I'm getting at, he was a vile man. So he was someone that people hated because of something. Right now, the people that we hate are the terrorists, like the person that we just killed, the commander that we just killed. So this will be the same kind of thing. So there will be a killing of individuals, not killing of bad guys, but actually killing of good guys. This guy, vile person, will be vile because he's killing good guys, and or Christians or Jews or what have you. And then they're going to he's going to change his motive operandi, if you will. He's going to change his way and become peaceably, and then continue on after he's raising up in the beast, go back to what he used to do. Some of this will overlap in the 70th week, but I just wanted to show how this starts. The pre-week, basically, the pre-70th is a rising of the beast as the Antichrist is getting positioned by Satan. Remember, Satan gives him his throne and his authority. So Satan is moving him into the beast. That's happening right now. This guy who's going to be the Antichrist is alive right now. I know it. You probably feel it too. He's out there. He's one of these commanders or one of these young kids growing up. In any case, he is here, and it's the time. And everything is getting in place. The beast is rising. Watch for it. Keep your eyes open. I'm running out of time. I will talk to you next time. God bless you and have a great day.